Hello children, we will study exponential functions in this video. Now I will give you an example of an exponential function y equals to 3 raised to power x. Right? This is a real exponent. This is a real exponent. So such an equation is called an exponential function. Suppose I want to know the value of y, how it varies when we change the value of x. Let me draw a table for it. I'll take x over here, I'll take y over here. Suppose if I am taking the value of x as minus 2, my y would be 3 raised to power minus 2, that is 1 upon 3 square, and that is 1 upon 9. Suppose I am taking the value of y as minus 1. I am taking the value of x, not y, I am taking the value of x as minus 1. So y would be 3 raised to power minus 1, that is 1 upon 3. See, when the powers are negative, the values are decreasing, right? But as I increase the power from negative to positive, the values are increasing. Suppose I am taking x as 0, y would be 3 raised to power 0, that is 1. Suppose now, if I take the value of x as 1, y would be 3 raised to power 1, that is 3. If I take x as 2, y equals to 3 raised to power 2 equals to 9. Suppose I take the value of x as 3, y equals to 3 raised to power 3 equals to 27. If I want to draw the graph for this exponential function, let us take x-axis where I am going to plot the points of x, and this is y-axis. This is y-axis, where the answers of x would be plotted on y-axis. So for minus 2 it was 1 by 9, right? It was 1 by 9. Okay, something like over here. Over here. Minus 2, 1 by 9. Minus 1, that was over here. When I took x as 0, my answer was 1. When I took x as 1, my answer was 3. It rose a little bit, right? When I took x as 2, my answer was 9. My answer was 9. When I took the value of x as 3, my answer directly rose to 27. 27. And so on. Right, children? You can see that the values are rising suddenly. The values are rising suddenly, right? You can see this. The values are rising suddenly. Okay, children? See, this is the graph and the value is rising at a tremendous speed, right? Especially when the exponents are positive. This is the graph of y equals to 3 raised to power x. Suppose we have a exponential equation y equals to 5 times 2 raised to power t, right? When you substitute some different values of t, you will get different values of y. Suppose if I am more interested in finding y, for what value of t would I get y equals to 1111, right? So we will try to make this t as a subject. How can I do that? First of all, we'll remove 5 from here, dividing by 5. Okay. So I have 2 raised to power t equals to 1, 1, 1, 1 upon 5. Now, for what value of t would I get my answer 1, 1, 1, 1 upon 5? So, how do we solve for t? How do we solve for t? Basically, the inverse of exponential function is a logarithmic function, log function. Suppose we have a raised to power b equals to c. Then applying log, I can have log c to the base a. Log c to the base a equals to b. Log c to the base a equals to b. Okay, children? Now over here we shall apply log. Now let us apply log on both the sides, but I'll be taking the base 2. In place of a, I'll be taking the base 2. Log of 2 raised to power t to the base 2 equals to log of 1111 divided by 5 to the base 2 over here. Now this simplifies to, this t comes in front, so let me write it separately. T into log of 2 to the base 2 equals to log of 1111 upon 5 to the base 2. This simplifies to 1. You can see over here that log of a to the base a equals to 1. So t equals to log of 1111 upon 5 to the base 2. So I can get the value of t. But how to solve this right side, right? How to solve this? Now, suppose I have log of c to the base a. This can be written as log of c to the base anything upon log of a to the base anything. This anything must be same, and I am more interested to keep it 10, right? This anything I am interested to keep it as 10 because that can be easily calculated on calculator. By applying this rule, log of c to the base a equals to log of c to the base anything equals to log of a to the base anything. Now how can I write this? Log of this value to the base 2 can be written as log of the value to the base 10 upon log of 2 to the base 10. Now let us take out the calculator to solve this. So if we use calculator to solve the numerator separately and the denominator separately and then we divide it, our answer would be 7.796. You must be using scientific calculator. Now let us study the beginning of this chapter. A function in variable t equals to a into r raised to power t. Suppose I am having a function in variable t such that there is a constant term over here into r raised to power t, where t is a real number, right? This must be a real number. This must be a real number. Gives exponential growth, means the value increases when r is greater than 1, right? R greater than 1, then the function increases, and that gives us exponential growth, that is the function increases. But when r is less than 1, it gives us decay, that is the decrease in the value of the function when r is less than 1. We have defined r raised to power t only for rational values of t so far, but any irrational value of t can be approximated above and below by a pair of rational numbers which differ by a small amount as you wish, giving a process to define ft for all, right? That can be calculated for irrational numbers also. If t is irrational also, we can take the approximate value and we can solve it. Okay, the main thing to remember is that this function, exponential function, increases when r is greater than 1 and decreases when r is less than 1, right? And this increasing or decreasing of the function doesn't depend on t, it depends on the value of r. Okay children, so suppose I am having a function such that ft equals to 1.4, function in variable t equals to 1.4 into 1.3 raised to power t. Now 1.3 is greater than 1, therefore the function will increase and that will show exponential growth. See, you can see it over here that the function increases as the value of x increases. As the value of x increases. But this another function, I have function in t equals to 5 into 0.8 raised to power t. See, 0.8 is less than 1, right? Therefore the function must decrease. As we keep on the changing the value of t, our function, value of the function decreases. Value of the function decreases. When the function increases, it is called exponential growth. It is called exponential growth. But when the function decreases, it is called exponential decay. Did you know examples of exponential growth include the growth of cells, nuclear chain reactions, epidemics? Currently, epidemics, you know which disease is widespread nowadays. Feedback in amplification signals and computer processing power. Examples of exponential decay are radioactive decay used in carbon dating, the rates of some chemical reactions which depend on the concentration of one or more reactants, and the light intensity in absorbent medium. One of the characteristics of exponential decay is that the graph will get closer to the horizontal axis as time increases, but it will never reach it. Means it will never touch x-axis. It will keep on decreasing. At a point of time it becomes parallel, but it never intersects x-axis. Okay children? Now let us take an example. The mass in grams of decaying radioactive material is given as m in t. As the time increases, 200 into 0.8 raised to power t. As the mass is decreasing, you can know that the mass is not increasing, but it is decaying, as 0.8 is less than 1, right? So obviously our graph will be coming down after t days. As the time increases, the graph comes down. Draw a graph of m and use your graph to estimate the number of days it takes for m to fall 100 gram. Initially I have 200 gram and after t days it becomes 100 gram. I have to find the value of t. In the second case, 50 gram. Initially it is 200 gram. After t days it became 50 gram and then 25 gram. Then initially it was 200 gram and after some days, that is t days, it became 25 gram. So as we keep on changing the values, our function m equals to 200 into 0.8 raised to power t. Okay, I have to find this t. This value is to be found out, right? For different values of mass. That is for 100 gram, for 50 gram and 25 gram. The initial value of the mass is 200 grams. Okay, now if I substitute the value of t as 3.1, the value becomes approximately equal to 100 gram. Now children, how would I take this value as 3.1? I can directly go for hit and trial method, right? First of all, I'll substitute 0, then I'll substitute 1, I'll substitute 2, I'll substitute 3, value of t is 3, then 4, it will be 2 less than 100, then I will come down to 3.5, even if it is 2 less than 100, then I'll come down to 3.1, 2 and so on, right? For 3.1, when the value of t is 3.1, my mass is approximately equal to 100 gram. You can check it by using your calculator. Okay children. Now, I keep on doing that for all the different values 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will get different answers of mass, decayed mass, right children? I'll get different answer for decayed mass. So by hit and trial, we can directly solve this. The value V in dollars of a car is t years old, which is t years old, is Vt equals to this. Vt equals to 35000 into 0.575 raised to power t, where t is number of years. So by hit and trial, first of all, I'll substitute the different values of t as 0, 1, 2, 3, right? They have asked for 2 years, so I will directly substitute the value of 2 of t as 2 over here, right? Directly I'll substitute the value of t as 2 and then value of t as 3. Okay, and my answer would be approximately equal to, when I substitute the value of t as 2, my answer is $19,700. And when I substitute the value of t as 3, my answer is approximately equal to $15,000. In a container, the number of cells doubles every 6 hours. So it is an exponential growth. At 10 a.m. on Monday, a new culture is started with 20 cells and placed in a container which holds 10 million cells. In which 6-hour period will the container be filled? In this question, what is one period? One period is, first period is the initial 6 hour. The initial 6 hour. The second period is the next 6 hours. Okay. We are starting from 10 a.m. Monday. So initially I have to fill, the container has the capacity of 10 million cells. 10 million cells. Okay. Now initially there were 20 and in 6 hours, that is the first period, it doubled to, this took 6 hours. Now again in 6 hours it will double. I can simply multiply 2 over here. Again in 6 hours it will double. Okay children, so I will write this as 20 into 2 raised to power. Suppose there is how many such periods? One period equals to 6 hours children. Suppose there are t periods and the value must be equal to 10 million. You have to make t as a subject and solve it. You can do it by hit and trial also and you will get the answer. During the 19th period, that is 10 p.m. Friday to 4 a.m. Saturday. 10 p.m. Friday to 4 a.m. Saturday. That will be the 19th period. In this 19th period, it goes from 5242880 to 1048560. See, It crosses 10 million, right? It crosses 10 million. So between this period, it will cross 10 million. That is on Friday, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. morning Saturday, the cell culture will cross 10 million. I hope this is clear, children. Now, these are some questions which you have to try yourself for homework. The other set of questions are this fourth and fifth.